Chosen one, the light has guided you back to us once more. This is no coincidence, no chance encounter. Pay attention now, for what I share with you is not for the many, but for the few. It is urgent, and it is meant only for those who walk the divine path, with intention for those who have been set apart for a higher calling. This is not the time for the casual observer. If your heart is not committed to the sacred journey of spiritual growth, if your soul is not aligned with divine purpose, then this message will not resonate with you, and it is better you move on, for your time has not yet come. But if you are here right now hearing these words, whether in the stillness of your mind, in the quiet of your spirit, or through this transmission, know this: it is not by accident, it is not by mere chance. It is by divine design that you are here. This message is meant for you. The universe has brought you to this moment, this exact point in time, because something profound is unfolding in your life, and you are being prepared for what comes next. Do not skip this. Do not scroll past. Keep reading. Keep listening, for this moment is pivotal. The divine timing that brought you here is not random. It is divinely orchestrated, carefully planned, intentionally delivered. And as you sit here perhaps wondering why you feel this stirring in your soul, know this: you are not alone. You have always been watched over. Your spirit has been guided by higher forces. But there is something you must understand. Chosen one. When you rise, when you elevate spiritually, mentally, emotionally, something shifts in your environment. The energy around you begins to change, and not everyone can handle that change. Not everyone will understand it. Not everyone will celebrate it. Some may even resent it. And this chosen one is where many chosen ones falter. You see, when you step into higher levels of awareness, when you move into a place of spiritual authority, there is a danger. The more you surpass those around you, the more they will feel your growth, and many are not prepared for what comes next. Most chosen ones are caught off guard by the shifts that occur when they elevate. They think they will be met with celebration, with support, with open arms. But what often happens is something far more complex. The higher you rise, the more you will be tested, not just by the world around you, but by the very people you thought were in your corner. You will find that some will cling to you, desperate to hold on to the old version of who you were. Some will try to keep you tethered to the past, afraid of what your transformation means for their own journey. And this chosen one is the time when many falter, not because they lack strength, but because they are unprepared for the resistance they will face. Stay with me. Stay tuned to these words, for what I'm about to reveal will protect you. It will guard your spirit from unnecessary pain, from confusion, from battles you were never meant to fight. This revelation is the key to your continued ascent. But it requires trust, it requires alignment, and it requires you to open your heart to what is about to be shared with you. If you already feel the truth of these words stirring deep within you, if something in your soul is resonating with what is being said, if you know that this message is meant for you, then show your alignment by pausing for a moment. Like this message. Comment 777 below. Declare to the universe that you are ready. Declare that you are open to receive the truth that will set you free from the confusion, the battles, and the struggles that have been keeping you from stepping into your true power. For this is not a message of ordinary significance. This is a call for those who are truly willing to embrace their divine purpose, to walk boldly into the destiny that has been set before them. You chosen one have been selected for this moment. And everything that is unfolding in your life is leading you towards something far greater than you have yet realized. As you continue, remember that the process is sacred. What comes next is not for the faint of heart, but for those who are committed to the journey. The divine path is not an easy one. It requires sacrifice. It requires commitment. But the rewards are beyond your wildest dreams. Stay with me until the end, for this message is just the beginning of a new chapter in your life, a chapter where your soul aligns more deeply with the divine plan for you. And now, as you absorb these words, remember this truth: the shift you are feeling inside of you, the strange new energy that surrounds you, is not an accident. You are being called higher, You are being prepared for what is to come, and everything is moving exactly as it should. Chosen one, do not turn away now. What I am about to reveal is for you alone, for those who walk with purpose, with the awareness that every step they take is guided by the divine hand. You are not here by chance, and this message in this moment is not coincidental. The divine has already moved on your behalf, and now it is time for you to understand the power behind that movement. I need you to slow down. Take a deep breath. Chosen one. Let go of the noise, the distractions. Focus on the stillness within you. Close your eyes if you must, but open your spirit fully to what I'm about to share. Listen not with your ears, not with your mind, but with the deepest part of who you are. This is a truth that resonates in your soul, a truth that vibrates with the core of your being. This is not just a message. It is the unlocking of something you have been waiting for, something that has been unfolding behind the scenes. Do not skip this, chosen one. Pay attention, because you are about to learn the reason your life began to feel different without any logical explanation. The reason why things shifted within you, even when your external world remained the same. You sensed it, didn't you? That quiet stirring, the strange shift in your energy. The deep sense that something profound was happening, even though you couldn't name it or describe it fully. Let me explain this. Long before anything changes on the physical plane, long before your desires manifest in the realm of reality, heaven always moves first. The divine does not wait for human awareness to act. It does not seek permission. It does not ask for approval. Heaven does not make announcements ahead of time. The divine moves in silence, in secrecy, and in that silence your transformation begins. And this is where you have been moving, wondering, searching, but unaware that the very shift you were waiting for had already begun. Something immense, something life-altering had already occurred while you were questioning, doubting, wondering if you were making progress. And all the while, a moment had passed in the spiritual realm, a divine intervention, a shift that was initiated by forces greater than your understanding. There was a specific moment, an instant so precise that only the divine could mark it, when heaven paused over your name. It did not happen because you were loud or demanding attention. It did not happen because you were trying to be seen or making noise. It happened because you endured, chosen one. Heaven took note of you because you kept moving forward when clarity was completely absent. You kept walking even when the path seemed unclear, when you could not see the road ahead, when the journey appeared hopeless. You prayed even when your prayers felt heavy, when they felt burdensome, when they seemed to reach no higher than your own doubt. You held on. Even when it seemed like your faith was futile, you stayed obedient. Obedience chosen. One is the key. You see, in the divine order, there is a moment when heaven sees you, when it marks you not because you are strong, not because you have been perfect, but because you are steadfast. When you keep moving forward in silence, when you remain in faith, even in the absence of immediate rewards, heaven takes note. It pauses, it aligns, it authorizes. You have questioned your progress. You have doubted your path. You have wondered, am I really making a difference? The answer, chosen one, is that you already are. Long before you understood it, long before you saw the fruits of your labor, heaven had already seen. It had already moved on your behalf, and now this moment, this stillness, is where the truth unfolds. I ask you to stay with me. Do not turn away. Do not scroll, do not question, because what I am revealing now is the very key to understanding what you have been feeling. This is the moment where you begin to see clearly. You begin to understand the depth of what has already transpired in the spiritual realms. Something immense has shifted in you, and heaven, in its infinite wisdom, shielded you from the full weight of it until the moment was right. You were not meant to know this too soon. You were not meant to feel the full impact of heaven's intervention before it was time. Why? Because, chosen one, had you known too early, had you fully grasped the magnitude of what was being set in motion, fear would have crept into your heart. Doubt would have tried to take root. Your human nature, so prone to resistance, would have fought against the divine flow. But in mercy and grace, the divine concealed this truth from you. The moment of divine intervention was subtle. It was quiet. It was not accompanied by the thunderous sounds you might have expected. It was not marked by fanfare. It was a simple sacred moment where heaven paused to acknowledge you, to mark you, and to set in motion the events that would change everything. This is where many chosen ones falter. Chosen one. They expect their breakthroughs to be loud, to be dramatic, to be unmistakable. But the deepest movements of the divine do not shout, they whisper. They are gentle like the unfolding of a flower. They are quiet and subtle like the first rays of light breaking through the darkness of night. They move beneath the surface, and only those with eyes to see can recognize them. In the spiritual realm, your obedience, your endurance, your faith without immediate answers has created a shift. It has opened a door that could never be closed. A decision was made in the courts of heaven, a verdict that was issued over your life. And what is now unfolding is the result of that divine decree. Stay with me. Chosen one. What is coming next will change everything you thought you knew. This is only the beginning of your understanding of the divine timing and authority that has already been set in motion. Trust in this process. Trust in the silence, for in that silence, the greatest movements of all have already taken place. Thank you for listening. Chosen one. You are not here by accident. Your soul has been called to this moment. You are aligned with this truth. Your presence here speaks volumes about your spirit's readiness to step into the next phase of your divine purpose. If this message has resonated with you, take a moment to declare your readiness by commenting 777 below. This is not just an act of affirmation. It is a declaration to the universe that you are ready to embrace the divine truth that is unfolding. Chosen one, do not turn away now. The moment you've been waiting for is closer than you realize. This is a message not just of understanding, but of awakening. What I share with you now will change the way you see yourself, your path, and the divine workings unfolding in your life. The divine intervention I am about to speak of is not like the world expects. It is not loud. It is not dramatic. It is not something that can be seen with the eyes. But it is far more powerful, far more lasting than anything you could have imagined. Pay attention now. Chosen one. You have been obedient even when it felt like your obedience was unrewarded. When you gave of yourself, when you sacrificed your time, your energy, your heart, and yet it felt like it was all in vain. You held on when everything seemed to crumble. You stayed steady when the world around you shook. You prayed when your prayers seemed to fall into silence. You acted when the outcome was unclear. You followed the path even when the end was hidden in shadow. It is in this very obedience, in this quiet endurance, that the divine has moved. The divine does not act in ways the world expects. The divine does not move according to human timelines, according to human understanding. Many of the chosen ones, in their eagerness to see a breakthrough, expect lightning from heaven, audible voices, thunderous moments, signs that cannot be ignored. But the deepest movements of the divine are silent. They do not need to be loud to be powerful. They do not need to be visible to be permanent. The divine moves in the stillness, in the quiet moments of decision, in the moments when you feel as though you are standing alone. The divine's movements are like verdicts issued in a courtroom, calm, certain, and eternal. They are decisions made in the courts of heaven, not for temporary effect, but for lasting infinite consequence. These are not announcements made on earth for all to hear, but quiet pronouncements made in the spirit to those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. You may not have realized it, but something profound has already occurred. The moment you were questioning your worth, your path, when you wondered if you were enough, when doubt crept into your heart, at that very moment a decision was made. It was authorized, it was legal, it was official. A verdict was issued over your life, and the spiritual realm marked it, sealed it, and began to orchestrate the very changes that you are now beginning to feel. While you were still unsure, while you were still questioning whether you were truly called, whether you were truly worthy, heaven was already acting on your behalf. It was acting in silence behind the scenes in the unseen realms. You did not feel it happening because heaven protected you from the full weight of it. You were shielded from the magnitude of the divine movement, for had you known too early, had you known the weight of what was being set into motion, fear would have crept in. Pride might have risen to interfere with the process. Doubt would have threatened to derail everything, and so, in divine wisdom, heaven kept you unaware, protected you from the full reality of it, so that you could remain pure in your obedience. So that you could continue walking the path, not knowing exactly what was happening, but trusting that something was. It was mercy, chosen one. It was protection. It was guidance in its truest form, keeping you in the dark just long enough to keep you grounded in faith, to keep you moving forward without the weight of expectation or the shadow of doubt. What happened to you was not about your emotions. It was not a feeling, not a temporary moment of spiritual euphoria. It was not about whether you felt happy or fulfilled in that exact moment. It was about a legal divine decision. The divine does not work based on fleeting emotions. It works on eternal truths. And that decision, that sacred pronouncement, was made long before you could fully understand its magnitude. This moment, this quiet intervention, may not have felt like much at the time. You may not have recognized it for what it was, but now you must understand what has been set in motion cannot be undone. What has been authorized over your life, what has been ordained in the spiritual courts, is permanent. It is locked in. It is sealed. And the divine, in its infinite wisdom, chose to keep you unaware of the full weight of it so that you could continue walking with pure faith. That is why you have felt different, why you've sensed a subtle shift within you even when everything seemed the same externally. This is why things in your life began to change even though you couldn't explain it. You began to feel a new energy, a new alignment, a new purpose stirring deep within your spirit. You couldn't put it into words, but your soul knew something profound was happening. You may have questioned if you were imagining it. You may have wondered if you were simply hoping for change. But it wasn't a dream, chosen one. It wasn't wishful thinking. The divine was acting on your behalf. Heaven was moving, intervening, shifting the spiritual realm so that the manifestation would align in the right time and place. And that time, chosen one, is coming closer. The very things that you have been waiting for, the breakthroughs you thought would never come, the shifts you believed were impossible, they are on the horizon. But understand this deeply. What has been set in motion cannot be stopped. It cannot be turned back. It cannot be reversed by any force in this world or beyond it. Heaven has spoken, and what has been spoken is eternal. No matter how much you doubted, no matter how uncertain you felt, the divine verdict has been passed, and you, chosen one, are the recipient of it. Stay with me. Do not scroll. Do not turn away, because what I have shared with you today is just the beginning. As you continue on this journey, as you continue to grow and transform, know that what heaven has authorized over your life will unfold in ways you cannot yet fully comprehend. The silence, the stillness, the waiting, these are not signs of abandonment. They are the preparation, the space being created for you to step into your divine destiny with grace, power, and certainty. Thank you for listening, chosen one. Your presence here is no accident. Your soul is ready for what is to come, and this moment, this message is the confirmation of your divine path. The divine sees you, knows you, and has already moved on your behalf. If you feel this truth stirring deep within you, comment 777 below. Declare to the universe that you are ready to receive the truth of what has already been set in motion. You are walking with divine confirmation. You are walking with divine protection. And nothing can stop what has already been ordained for you. Chosen one, do not turn your head away now. Do not scroll, do not look away. For what I am about to reveal is not just a lesson, it is the very core of your spiritual journey. The truth I speak is one of divine observation of unseen forces that have been watching over you, not with the eyes of man, but with the eyes of the eternal. Do not underestimate this moment, for it carries the weight of understanding that will transform your path. There was a specific moment in your journey when your faith was being measured, when it was being tested, when it was being weighed and examined. But hear this clearly. Chosen one, you were never told it was a test. You were never informed that you were being observed. Heaven did not announce its watchful gaze, did not send you a letter of notification, did not give you a warning. No, this was a silent observation, one that passed beneath the surface unnoticed by the world around you. But what heaven saw in those quiet moments, those moments when the world seemed still and unanswered, was of eternal significance. The divine watched closely as you handled delay without answers. It observed you in the silence when you were left with no explanation for the waiting, for the yearning, for the confusion that clouded your mind and heart. Heaven took note of how you endured misunderstanding without defense, how you remained patient in the face of apparent injustice, how you persisted in emotional fatigue when every part of you felt empty, when every part of you longed to give up, but you didn't. In the times when no one applauded you, when no one recognized your struggle, when it felt like the entire world had forgotten about you, heaven was there. You were watched in those moments when it seemed like you were completely overlooked, entirely abandoned. Those were the moments, chosen one, when the divine was closest to you, when heaven's gaze was fixed on you, not to punish, not to test with cruelty, but to witness the depth of your soul, to measure the weight of your spirit. And it was precisely in that season, the season when everything seemed to fall apart, when the noise of the world drowned out your voice, when it felt like the weight of the world was too much to bear, that heaven responded. It was not in the easy times, not in the moments of celebration, not in the triumphs or the victories, but in the moments when your soul was weary, when your faith felt thin, when every step forward seemed like an impossible climb. Chosen one. You are being called now to understand this. Heaven does not respond to words alone. Heaven does not react to the loud declarations of faith, the promises spoken in times of ease, or the confident proclamations made when everything is going well. The divine does not hear your faith when it is spoken in comfort, when it is spoken in certainty, when it is spoken in the light. No, heaven responds to the quiet, steadfast faith that is carried through the dark hours. The divine listens closely to the faith you hold in the silence, to the faith you sustain when the world does not see you, when no one is applauding your persistence, when no one acknowledges the weight you carry. It is the faith you hold when you are alone, when the world feels cold and distant, when all the answers seem absent. It is the quiet obedience that is unrecognized by the world, but loudly praised in the courts of heaven. When you were weary and all seemed lost, heaven was observing. When you could have retaliated, when you could have demanded answers, when you could have walked away from the path of righteousness, heaven saw your restraint. The divine witnessed every choice you made in those moments when your soul was tired, when your heart was broken, when you had every reason to give up and yet chose to endure. Every choice was recorded, every moment of restraint noted, because those choices, those moments of hidden integrity, were what sealed your future. Do not underestimate the power of what heaven saw in those times. You might have felt abandoned, you might have felt like your efforts were unnoticed, but heaven was there, watching with deep reverence. The divine was waiting for you to show that you could remain faithful, not when it was easy, but when it was hard. When you had every reason to doubt, every reason to fear, every reason to walk away, yet you stayed. And in those quiet moments of obedience, chosen one, heaven moved. The divine waited until you proved your faithfulness, until you proved your ability to stand, when the world would have you kneel, until you proved that your soul was willing to endure, even when you felt no support. It was in those moments that heaven's hand moved to act on your behalf. It was in those moments of private suffering, of silent endurance, of unwavering trust that the divine made its move. Now as you sit here, chosen one, know that what you have endured was not unnoticed. The heaviness you felt, the exhaustion, the confusion, it was not in vain. It was not a punishment, it was preparation. Heaven was watching your spirit grow, your resilience forming, your inner strength unfolding in ways that would never have been possible if you had not faced the silence, the loneliness, and the pain. Heaven is always watching, chosen one. It is always listening, not to the words you speak when everything is in place, but to the silent prayers you send when no one is around. It is in the stillness, in the patience, in the waiting that the divine sees your true character. And when heaven sees that you are ready, truly ready, not just in your heart, but in your soul, the divine moves in ways that will change everything. Thank you for listening, chosen one. Your presence here is no accident. You have been chosen for a purpose higher than you may fully understand. Your soul has been preparing for this moment, and everything you have endured has led you to this point. Your ability to remain faithful even in the absence of immediate answers is what sets you apart. You are ready. Chosen one. You are ready to walk the path that heaven has already laid before you. If this message resonates deeply with you, if you feel the weight of it stirring within your spirit, comment 777 below. Declare that you are aligned with the divine purpose that has been set before you. You are here for a reason, and your journey has only just begun. Let the divine guide you forward with clarity, with confidence, and with the unwavering assurance that everything you have endured has been worth it. Chosen one, do not turn away now. Do not scroll, do not glance away from this message, for what I speak to you is of the deepest essence of your journey. It is the core of your very existence, the truth that runs through every fiber of your being. You may have felt it already, the subtle call, the quiet stirring in your soul, the unspoken understanding that the divine has moved on your behalf. But now I ask you to listen not with your ears, but with the essence of who you are. This message is for you. Pay attention. Chosen one, because what I am about to say will unravel a truth that many overlook. The divine does not respond to the loudest declarations or grand speeches. Heaven does not respond to how many times you proclaim your faith or how loudly you shout your beliefs to the world. The divine responds to something far deeper, far more powerful. Heaven responds to your authenticity, to the alignment of your spirit with the divine flow, to the truth of who you are when no one else is looking. Do not skip this, chosen one. The divine does not look for perfection in your words or grand gestures of faith. It looks for the moments when your faith feels costly, when it requires you to sacrifice, when it demands everything from you, and in return, seems to give nothing back. The divine is moved by what you do when it feels like all is lost, when the weight of the world presses down on you and still you choose to rise. Do you remember those moments? Chosen one. Do you remember when it would have been so easy, so comfortable, so acceptable to compromise, when the world told you to bend, to let go of your principles, to take the easier route, to follow the crowd, yet you stood firm? You kept your integrity intact even when the road felt lonely, even when it seemed like no one noticed the struggle. You held your ground. You restrained yourself when retaliation seemed like the only just response. Do not turn your head away now, because this is where heaven truly saw you. You exercised self-control when it would have been so much easier to fight back, when every part of you screamed to stand your ground, to defend yourself, to take what was rightfully yours. And yet in that moment, you chose kindness. You remained gentle when bitterness could have taken root. You chose compassion when anger would have been completely justified. The divine witnessed every single one of these moments. Chosen one. In those quiet, private moments when no one was watching, when no one applauded, when no one even knew the cost of your choices, heaven took note. Every internal decision, every quiet restraint, every choice to remain true to your higher calling, even when it would have been easier to give in, was recorded in the courts of heaven. Those choices, chosen one, did not go unnoticed. Every single one was observed, honored, and cherished. They were not just fleeting moments of self-discipline, they were spiritual milestones. And there was a specific moment when you crossed a spiritual threshold. You did so without ceremony, without fanfare, without any visible announcement. You passed through a line in the spirit, a line that marks a point of no return. Once you crossed that line, chosen one, your assignment was sealed. It could no longer be aborted. It could no longer be delayed. It could not be thwarted by the enemy or by any force trying to derail you. It was locked in, it was permanent, and heaven responded in silence. It is important. Chosen one, that you understand this. You did not need a celebration. You did not need a grand recognition. The divine does not need to shout to affirm your path. It sees what others cannot see. Heaven saw the depth of your soul, the strength of your resolve, the purity of your intent. And in that moment, when you remained faithful, when you kept going, even when no one else was watching, your assignment was made irrevocable. there is no going back. There is no turning away. What has been spoken over you is sealed, and now you must walk with the awareness that every step you take is part of the divine plan unfolding. Heaven is not surprised by your journey. It knows the weight of the decisions you've made, and it has watched you choose the harder path, the path of integrity, the path of truth. And now you must continue forward. Do not doubt, chosen one. Do not wonder if you are truly worthy, if you are truly called. Your worth has already been confirmed in the heavens. Your calling has already been established. The divine has seen the truth of who you are, not in your loud declarations, but in your quiet faith, your unwavering integrity, and your relentless pursuit of the divine path. And now, chosen one, it is time for you to step into the fullness of your divine purpose. You have crossed the line. You have sealed your assignment. The battles you face will not deter you. The challenges that arise will not sway you, because what has been ordained for you cannot be reversed. The divine has already moved on your behalf. Thank you for listening. Chosen one, your presence here is no accident. Your soul is aligned with this moment, and you are ready to walk the path that has been set before you. The divine is with you, and your purpose is unfolding. If this message has resonated with your spirit, if you can feel the weight of this truth in your heart, comment 777 below. Declare to the universe that you are ready to step fully into your divine purpose. You are not alone. You are walking with the divine, and every step you take is part of the unfolding of a greater plan. Stay aligned, stay authentic, stay true to your higher calling. The divine sees you. It always has. And now you are ready to see it too. Chosen one, do not turn your head away now. Do not scroll, do not look away. Pay attention to these words, for they are not just words. They are the awakening of your soul to a deeper truth. The moment you've been waiting for, the moment you've feared, the moment you've unknowingly longed for, has arrived. It is here now, in this quiet moment, where everything begins to shift. It is not the shift you expected, not the dramatic change that comes with fanfare and fireworks, but something far deeper, far more profound. This is the threshold of transformation, the sacred line that you have crossed without fully realizing it. The moment when the divine sealed your path, when your destiny was locked in irreversibly and permanently. When you crossed that invisible line, chosen one, your assignment was no longer subject to delay. It could not be turned back. It could not be transferred to another. Heaven, in its eternal wisdom, locked the doors behind you. The time of hesitation, of wondering, of waiting is over. And when that happened, when the divine verdict was set, when your spiritual assignment was sealed, heaven did not celebrate loudly. There were no great celebrations, no thunderous applause, no sudden burst of joy. No, chosen one, heaven became still. It became quiet. It became reverent. Because what had just been confirmed over you carried weight, divine weight. It carried responsibility. It carried eternal significance. Understand this, the divine does not make proclamations lightly. When heaven makes its mark, when heaven seals your path, it is not to be taken lightly. What you are stepping into, chosen one, is not just another season of your life. This is the moment when you are being entrusted with something so vast, so powerful, that the very forces of the universe pause in reverence. You may not feel the enormity of it right away. You may not see the magnitude of it immediately, but I assure you what has been released over your life is of such eternal consequence that heaven holds its breath as it watches you take each step forward. Now, chosen one, this is why your life has begun to feel strange. Not worse, but strange. Do you feel it? The disconnection, the detachment, the sense of being pulled away from things that once seemed important, things that once seemed essential to your identity. The old motivations that used to drive you, the rush for success, the need for validation, the desire for recognition, suddenly feel empty, meaningless, irrelevant. Those old desires that once excited you, that once fueled your spirit, now lie dormant with no power to compel you forward. Do not mistake this for confusion. Chosen one, do not think that you are losing your way, because you are not. What you are experiencing is not failure. It is transition. It is transformation. It is your spirit adjusting, recalibrating, realigning to something far greater than you have ever known before. The old you is fading as the new you begins to emerge. The you who was driven by the world's desires, the you who sought approval, the you who played by the rules of the earth, he or she is no longer in control. The new you, the spiritually awakened you, is stepping into a higher realm of operation. Do you feel it? The subtle shifts within you that are not yet visible to the naked eye, but are so palpable in your spirit, you are shifting into a completely new spiritual jurisdiction. The old ways of thinking, the old patterns, the old goals, none of these hold the same weight for you anymore. Your heart is being pulled in a new direction, one that is aligned with divine purpose, one that is in tune with the higher calling placed upon your soul. The spirit within you is recalibrating to a new frequency, one that resonates with the divine order. Chosen one, do not scroll. Do not turn your head away. Pay attention, because the changes you are feeling are not random. They are sacred. The divine is realigning your life, adjusting your soul to the frequency it has always been meant to operate at. The things that once held your attention, the things that once brought you fulfillment, are no longer enough. They are no longer enough because your soul is calling you higher and you are being prepared for something greater. This is the moment where you step out of the old and into the new. The moment where you shed the layers of your past self, the parts of you that were bound to the earthly realm, and allow your spirit to rise to new heights. This is not just about personal growth, chosen one. This is about divine growth. This is the moment when your spirit is aligning with the divine plan on a deeper level than you could have ever imagined. And it is in this process, in this quiet realignment, that your true power will be revealed. The old parts of you may feel lost, disconnected, and unsure. But trust me when I say this, what you are experiencing is the divine hand at work. Heaven is guiding you through this transition, leading you to a place of deeper wisdom, greater strength, and higher understanding. The new you is emerging, and with that emergence comes a divine authority you have yet to fully comprehend. So, chosen one, do not be disheartened by the strangeness you feel. Do not question the discomfort you are experiencing. This is not a sign of failure. This is a sign of growth. This is the divine recalibration of your soul, the awakening of your spirit to a new level of purpose. You are being transformed, and that transformation is the very thing that will lead you to your highest potential. Stay with me, stay focused, because the journey has only just begun. The steps you are taking now are part of a greater spiritual journey, one that will lead you to your highest calling. Keep moving forward, keep trusting the process, because the divine is at work within you, and it is through this transformation that you will find your true strength, your true purpose, your true self. Thank you for listening. Chosen one. Your presence here is no accident. You are not here by chance. You are here because your soul is in alignment with the divine plan. Your heart is ready to embrace the truth that is unfolding. If you are feeling the power of this message in your spirit, if you are ready to step fully into the transformation that is taking place within you, comment 777 below. Declare your readiness, declare your alignment, and anchor this divine energy into your life. You are walking the path of the chosen, and with each step you are drawing closer to the truth of who you are. Do not doubt, do not fear, for you are on the path that leads to your highest purpose. Keep walking. Chosen one. The divine is guiding you, and your transformation is just beginning. Chosen one, do not look away now. Do not scroll, do not let your attention wander, because this is the moment you've been waiting for. The time has come for you to understand the profound shifts that have been taking place within you. Your soul has already begun its transformation, and I am here to guide you through this divine awakening. You are not the same person who began this journey. Something has changed within you, something far deeper than you could have ever imagined. Keep reading, keep listening, because the truth that I'm about to share will open your eyes to the mysteries of your transformation. You may have thought nothing was happening during that time as you struggled with confusion, uncertainty, and frustration. The external world appeared unchanged, didn't it? The same environment, The same challenges, the same problems, the same unanswered questions, the same seemingly impossible situations. But do not be fooled by appearances. Chosen one. Heaven works in silence in the unseen, and though the surface may have seemed still deep beneath the surface, something profound was happening. Do not turn away. Pay attention, because what I am about to reveal is the key to understanding the quiet power that has been building within you. While your external world remained the same, your inner world was being reshaped. Something fundamental within your spiritual DNA shifted. Heaven was at work, guiding your spirit into alignment, recalibrating your very essence. Do you feel it now? Chosen one. The shift in your soul, the heightened awareness, the way you've become intolerant of energies that once held power over you. Those things that you used to tolerate, those situations that once seemed manageable, suddenly feel unbearable. Your patience with the trivial, with the drama, with the manipulation and games of the world, do you see it now? That patience is gone. It has disappeared entirely. It is as though something has snapped inside of you, a divine threshold has been crossed, and you are no longer able to endure the things that once weighed you down. You may have noticed too how your appetite for shallow connections has evaporated. The meaningless conversations, the surface-level relationships, the interactions that once felt like they filled some void in your spirit, now they hold no appeal. You find yourself detached, distant from the things that once seemed so important. You are no longer drawn to what the world deems valuable, and you cannot understand why. This is not a phase, chosen one. This is not just a temporary change in mood. These are spiritual signals, divine markers sent from heaven to show you that you are transforming at the deepest level. Do not misunderstand this shift. It is not a random occurrence, nor is it simply an evolution of personality. This is a spiritual transformation, and it is the sign that your soul is awakening to a new level of purpose. Heaven has been moving behind the scenes quietly and deliberately. The divine has been working in your spirit, adjusting, realigning, and preparing you for what is to come. You may wonder why you didn't see it earlier. Why it seemed as if nothing was changing, why your external world remained locked in its familiar patterns. The truth is, when heaven moves first, when the divine acts in the spiritual realm, the earth always lags behind. The external world cannot catch up with the shift happening within you. The transformation begins in the unseen, in the spiritual realm, long before the physical world reflects it. Keep reading, chosen one, because what you are experiencing is not a coincidence. This transformation, this sudden inability to tolerate what once held sway over you, is not just a personality change. It is divine intervention. It is a marker of your spiritual ascension. Your spirit is recalibrating to a higher frequency, one that aligns with your true purpose, with the divine plan that has been unfolding for you. You are no longer the same. You may not fully understand the changes yet, but they are happening. This is the work of the divine, the subtle yet powerful shift that marks the beginning of a new chapter in your life. Heaven is shifting your spiritual DNA, aligning you with a new purpose, a higher calling. And though the world around you may not yet see this change, you are beginning to feel it in your soul. Do not turn away. Chosen one. Do not question this. Embrace it. The discomfort, the detachment, the sudden shift in your perspective, this is your spirit evolving. This is your higher self awakening to the truth of who you are meant to be. The path ahead is being revealed to you, though the details are not yet clear. What matters now is that you trust the transformation, trust the process. You are stepping into your divine destiny, and everything that once held you back is being released. You may feel isolated, even alienated from the world you once knew. This is not a punishment. This is preparation. This is the divine realignment that will allow you to fulfill the higher calling placed upon your life. The old world is no longer compatible with who you are becoming, chosen one. The energy that once held you in place is dissolving, and you are being freed to step into your true power. Stay with me, stay focused. There is more to come. Your transformation is not over. You are being guided every step of the way. The divine has already moved in your spirit. Now the world will follow. Keep walking this path with trust, with faith, and with the knowledge that your soul is being prepared for something far greater than you can yet comprehend. Thank you for listening. Chosen one, your presence here is no accident. Your soul's alignment with this message is a testament to the power that resides within you. If you feel the energy of this transformation within you, if you are ready to fully embrace what is coming, comment 777 below. Declare your readiness to anchor this divine shift into your life. You are not alone in this journey. You are surrounded by the divine, and your transformation is just the beginning. Keep walking. The divine has already set your path. Chosen one. Listen closely now, for what I'm about to share will unravel the mysteries of the divine timing that governs your life. Do not turn your head away. Do not scroll. Pay attention, because this understanding is key to stepping into the full power of your purpose. You may have wondered, perhaps even questioned, why certain things have taken so long to manifest. Why your prayers seemed unanswered, why your efforts appeared wasted, why it felt as though the universe was silent in the face of your struggles. This delay. Chosen one, is not a punishment. It is not the divine withholding from you. It is not a test designed to frustrate your spirit, to test your patience. What you are experiencing is alignment. Divine alignment. The physical world always lags behind the spiritual realm. The timing of the universe is not bound by earthly clocks, by the ticking seconds or minutes you measure your life with. The divine realm operates on its own timeline, one that is far greater, far more intricate than human comprehension can grasp. That delay, that time between what has been decreed and what has yet to manifest in the physical world, is not a sign of abandonment. It is not the universe ignoring your call. It is the divine making space. The divine is not acting in haste, chosen one. No, the divine is orchestrating the most intricate symphony of all time. Every moment of stillness, every seeming delay is heaven's way of aligning everything perfectly, of shifting circumstances, of repositioning people, of clearing the path, so that nothing interferes with the blessing that has already been released over your life. Do not turn away now, chosen one. Pay close attention, because this is where you must learn to trust, not in the speed of manifestation, but in the timing of the divine. Heaven is moving in ways you cannot see, weaving together the threads of your existence and those around you to ensure that nothing stands in the way of your purpose. The delay you feel is not something to be feared or fought against. It is something to be embraced. The divine is making space for you. The universe is clearing the path, aligning the stars, and positioning you exactly where you need to be. Every door that has closed, every person who has walked away without closure, every plan that seemed perfect only to fall apart at the last minute, has been part of this divine orchestration. Those doors that closed suddenly without any warning, without giving you the chance to fight for them, they were not meant for you. Understand this deeply. Chosen one, not every door is meant to open. Sometimes the divine closes a door not as a rejection, but as a protection. It is closing the door because what lies beyond it would not align with your true path, with the higher purpose you are being called to fulfill. Those people who walked away, who did not give you closure, who left without tying up loose ends, do not hold on to the void they left. Their departure was not a betrayal. It was a realignment. It was the divine making room for the new, for the right people, for the new energy that will elevate you to the next level. When you feel those empty spaces, chosen one, do not be afraid. Do not rush to fill the gaps, to try and pull those things back into your life. Trust the process. Trust the divine timing. The divine has seen the bigger picture. What you cannot understand in this moment, what seems like loss, will soon become clear. The divine has been positioning you, creating the perfect conditions for your soul to rise, for your purpose to unfold in the most powerful way. I know it has been difficult, chosen one. I know the waiting has felt heavy. I know the confusion has clouded your heart, but do not fear. Do not grow weary in this waiting season, because what is coming is worth everything. You are being prepared for a time of manifestation unlike anything you've ever known. When the floodgates of heaven open for you, it will not just be one blessing, but a cascade, a river of abundance, a wave of opportunities that have been waiting for this exact moment. The people, the places, the circumstances, all will align, and you will see the reason for every delay. It will all make sense in the end. Heaven does not act in haste. Chosen one. Heaven acts with intention, with precision, and with love. Every detail is being taken care of. Every piece is falling into place. Trust that what has been divinely ordained for you cannot be blocked, cannot be stopped, and cannot be taken from you. Stay with me. Chosen one. Do not scroll, do not turn your head away. Keep reading, because the timing of what is to come is far greater than you can imagine. The divine is working behind the veil, arranging the unseen forces that will carry you to your destined place. Every door that has closed, every person who has left, every disappointment you've endured has been a step in the divine plan that is unfolding. Thank you for listening. Chosen one. Your presence here is not by accident. Your soul is aligned with this message, and you are receiving this truth at the moment it is meant to reach you. The divine timing of your life is perfect, and everything is falling into place. If this message resonates deeply with you, if you are beginning to understand the divine orchestration at work, comment 777 below. Declare your readiness to align fully with the divine plan. You are not just waiting for the manifestation, you are already a part of it. The path has been cleared. The doors have been prepared, and now you will step into the fullness of what has been waiting for you. You're on the verge of something magnificent. Keep walking with trust. Keep walking with faith. The divine timing is in your favor. Chosen one, do not turn away now. Do not scroll. Do not let this moment pass by unnoticed. What I am about to share with you is not just a message. It is a revelation that will shift the way you perceive everything that has happened in your life and everything that is yet to come. Pay attention, because the divine shift you've been experiencing is not an accident. It is not a mistake. It is not an unfortunate series of events. It is the hand of heaven moving in your life, preparing you for what you were always meant to become. Why, you ask? Did plans that once seemed so certain, so solid, so guaranteed, fall apart at the last minute? Why did everything that seemed on the brink of manifestation suddenly dissolve into nothingness right when you thought you had finally arrived at your moment of breakthrough? Why did those opportunities slip through your fingers? Those people leave your life without explanation, and those doors slam shut just when you thought you were on the verge of stepping through. Pay attention, chosen one, because this is the key. Heaven was clearing interference. Heaven was removing obstacles that would have impeded your divine path. Heaven was eliminating distractions, not because those things, those people, or those opportunities were inherently evil, not because they were wrong or bad in themselves, but because they were no longer aligned with who you are becoming. Do not turn away now. Do not let confusion cloud your understanding. You did not fail, chosen one, when those things fell apart. You were not rejected when those people left your life. You were not being punished when those doors closed. What you were experiencing was not the end, it was the beginning of your elevation. You see, when things begin to fall apart in the physical world, it often feels like a crushing blow, like the very foundation beneath you is crumbling. But I urge you to understand, chosen one, that in the spiritual realm, this is often the moment of your greatest breakthrough. The divine is always at work behind the scenes, removing what no longer serves you, clearing the way for what is truly meant for you. This process is not always comfortable. It is not always easy. It rarely feels celebratory in the moment, but it is necessary. And it is preparing you for something greater, something far beyond what you could have imagined. In the midst of the chaos, the confusion, the disappointment, you were being elevated. You were being promoted in the spirit. Heaven saw your faith, your endurance, your resilience in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges. And heaven knew that you were ready for the next phase of your journey. This is why the plans you once held so dearly were pulled from your grasp. They were not meant to be your end point. They were stepping stones preparing you for the true purpose that is waiting for you. Do not turn away now. Keep reading, keep listening, because the truth of this divine shift is about to unfold in your heart. Graduation in the spirit does not look like the ceremonies you have known. It does not come with applause, with accolades, with a sense of completion. No, it is quiet. It is solitary. It is heavy. It can feel isolating, because elevation always comes with awareness. Chosen one. As you rise, so does your consciousness. As you move into the higher realms of purpose, so do you become more attuned to the responsibilities that come with it. The divine is not calling you to this new place for comfort. The divine is calling you to rise, to stand firm in your power, to walk in your divine assignment, with clarity, with strength, with purpose. The spiritual realm operates on a higher frequency, and as you rise, you too must adjust to that frequency. Do not be disheartened when you feel alone, when the world around you seems to have moved on and left you behind. Do not question your worth when others do not understand the shift that is taking place within you. You are not meant to be celebrated by the world. You are meant to be celebrated by heaven. And heaven celebrates the depth of your spirit, the purity of your faith, the unwavering strength that you have shown when the path was not clear, when the answers were not in sight. This shift, chosen one, is a sacred moment. You are not just being elevated to a higher place, you are being elevated to a higher level of spiritual authority. This is why you may feel the weight of it. This is why you may feel the loneliness, the heaviness, the quiet stillness in your soul. You are adjusting to a new level of awareness. You are adjusting to the divine responsibility that comes with the higher realm you are now stepping into. This is not the moment to retreat. This is the moment to rise. Know this, chosen one, the discomfort, the isolation, the sense of loss, it is all part of the divine recalibration. It is part of the spiritual authority that you are stepping into. The divine is not preparing you for a life of ease. The divine is preparing you for a life of impact, a life of influence, a life that will touch the lives of others in ways that you cannot yet comprehend. Keep reading, chosen one, because the fullness of your purpose is about to unfold. You are walking the path that few are willing to walk. You are stepping into a place of divine authority, and this shift will bring you to the very heart of your calling. Do not rush through this season. Do not grow weary. Allow the divine to complete the work it has started within you. Your soul is being prepared for what lies ahead. Thank you for listening. Chosen one, your presence here is no accident. Your soul is aligned with the divine purpose, and this moment is the beginning of something greater. If you feel the power of this shift, if you are ready to embrace the responsibility and authority that comes with it, comment 777 below. Declare your readiness to rise. The divine is calling you to step into your true power, and you are more than ready. Keep walking. The journey has only just begun. Chosen one, do not turn your head away. Do not scroll. Do not let your attention falter for a moment, for what I am about to reveal is the key to your next step in the divine journey. You have crossed thresholds that most never see, and now the path ahead is being illuminated in ways that you can barely begin to comprehend. You have felt the shifts, haven't you? The divine realignment, the changes in your heart, the subtle yet profound adjustments within you. In moments, you have felt the weight of new responsibilities, the quiet calling to step into your full potential, but the world around you, your environment, your circumstances still seem to carry on, unchanged, unyielding. This chosen one is the moment of divine paradox. The world around you may seem still, yet everything is moving at a pace that only heaven can see. This journey is not just about walking towards something, it is about the unveiling, the revealing of what has always been inside you. Pay close attention, because this is where you begin to understand the nature of divine timing. Every experience you have lived through, every challenge, every victory, every setback has been preparing you for what is about to come. The time of waiting, the time of preparation is coming to an end. And now, the divine path that has always been laid out for you is beginning to unfold. Do not skip ahead. Chosen one, do not look beyond this moment, for this moment is where your power lies. It is where you begin to see yourself for who you truly are, no longer just a soul walking through life, but a soul walking with purpose, walking in alignment with the divine, walking in the fullness of your destiny. The veil is lifting, and with it your understanding of your true nature. You are no longer bound by the limits you once believed in, the limits that once seemed to shape your identity, the fears, the doubts they are dissolving, fading into the distance as you rise. This is not the same as your old self. Chosen one. No, you are evolving, stepping into something far greater, something far more expansive. The divine within you is awakening fully. What you are stepping into now is not just your future, it is your true self, the self that was always meant to be. Do not turn away from it. Do not doubt it. Trust the process. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be. The external world may continue to look the same, but you will know deep within you that it is no longer the world you once knew. The old distractions will lose their grip. The old struggles, the battles that once seemed insurmountable, will no longer feel heavy. The divine path unfolding before you will carry you with grace and power, but it will also demand your highest self. It will call you to be brave, to be bold, to stand firm in the face of every fear that once held you back. Do not rush through this, chosen one. Do not try to leap ahead. The divine timing of your life is unfolding perfectly. The steps you are taking now are laying the foundation for everything that is to come. What you are feeling right now, the deep stirring, the quiet understanding, is the divine preparing you for what is to be revealed. It is preparing you to step into your true purpose, to take on the mantle of authority that has always been yours. You are on the verge of something extraordinary, but you must stay present, stay grounded, and trust that everything is aligning for you in this very moment. The struggles you've faced, the battles you've won, the lessons you've learned, they are all a part of the grand design that heaven has orchestrated for you. You are no longer walking alone. You are walking with the divine, and the path is being made clear before your very eyes. Thank you for listening. Chosen one. Your presence here is no accident. Your soul's alignment with this message is a testament to the incredible power within you. If you feel the divine energy moving within you, if you are ready to step into the fullness of your purpose, comment 777 below. Declare your readiness to walk this sacred path. The divine is with you, and your journey has only just begun. Keep walking. Keep trusting, for what is unfolding is far greater than you can imagine. You are being called to step into your greatness, and the world will soon see the fullness of your light.